Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
What's going on, everybody? This is Build a Brand Wednesday, and you're tuned in to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Yesterday on Triumph Tuesday, we talked about the architecture of articulation. How you say it determines what lands. We broke down structure, we broke down clarity, we exposed how your message can leak, shift, and lose power the moment it leaves your mouth. We dealt with the reality that what you send is not always what people will receive. But today we're going deeper, because even if you fix your message, that doesn't mean you fix your brand. Because your brand is not built on what you say. Your brand is built on what people experience. And here's the part most people don't realize. Your brand is not being built slowly over time. It's being decided in the moments, in milliseconds, in small interactions, in things you don't even think matter. And once people decide who you are, they stop reevaluating you. They don't keep giving you fresh chances. They don't keep studying you. They place you in a category. And now everything you do gets filtered through that label. And what makes this even more serious is this. You can be growing, you can be improving, you can be becoming better. But if people already made a decision about you, they may never see the updated version. This is Build a Brand Wednesday, and on today we are talking about your brand is built on what people experience, not what you intended. Let's look at Proverbs 23, verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. Man, people don't respond to what you say. People respond to what they believe you are. And belief is built through repeated experience, not explanation, not corrections, not justification, but experience. Hey, you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Join us on this heavenly journey, one song at a time, Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise, and this is Build a Brand Wednesday. Let me tell you this. Your brand is not being built. It's being decided. Let's correct something immediately. You think you are building your brand over time. No, people are deciding who you are in real time. Every interaction, every post, every conversation, they are forming a conclusion. And once that conclusion is made, your future interactions are filtered through it. You are not being studied, you are being labeled. And the dangerous part is you don't get notified when the decision is made. There's no alert, no conversation, no moment where someone tells you, this is how I see you now. They just move different with you. They engage different. They trust different. They respond different. And if you're not paying attention, you'll keep operating like nothing changed while everything changed. Just think about how you navigate with certain people who move differently, who move funny. And you were like, okay, hold on. I see something. I see some red flags. I got to move differently. Just think about you, how you operate with people. Hey, you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
You're riding the waves of faith and grace on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. It is Build a Brand Wednesday. Let's talk about identity lock-in, the label effect. Once someone labels you, their brains stop working to understand you. That's how the mind conserves energy. If they see you as inconsistent, everything you do get interpreted through inconsistency. If they see you as sharp, even your mistakes get grace. That's not fair, but that's real. Your brand is a mental shortcut in someone else's mind. And once that shortcut is created, people stop gathering new data. They start confirming what they already believe, which means you're not being evaluated anymore. You're being reinforced. And this is why some people feel stuck, because they are trying to change, but they are still being seen through an old version of themselves. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Hey, let me say this. Let me be clear. Let's be real on this. The micro moments you ignore are defining you. Your brand is not built in big moments. It's built in the small ones you overlook. How fast you respond, how consistent your tone is, how you follow up, how you show up when it's not convenient. These are micro moments. And here's the truth, people. People trust patterns, not promises. Anybody can show up strong once, but people are watching what you do repeatedly. That's where belief is formed. And most people don't fail in the big moment. They fail in the small one they didn't think matter. Your patterns matter. People look at your patterns. They don't want to hear you promise. They don't want to hear say, okay, I do this. I got this. No. The micro moments you ignore are defining you. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Response time is a brand signal. Let's go deeper. Your response time communicates more than your response itself. Inconsistent timing creates anxiety. Now, people don't know what version of you they're getting, and when people don't know what to expect, they stop depending on you. They stop building with you. They stop reaching out the same way. Because reliability is not just about what you do. It's about when and how consistently you do it. Delayed responses without explanation, fast responses sometimes, slow responses other times, that creates instability. Consistency builds trust. Inconsistency builds hesitation. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. This right here, this right here. I need you to listen to this, okay? Listen to this right here. Trust doesn't break loud. It leaks quiet. Most people think trust is lost in one big moment. No, it's not. Trust leaks. Small misses, unkept expectations, shifts in behavior, and over time, people stop relying on you without ever announcing it. They don't confront you. They don't always explain it. They just adjust their behavior. They give you less responsibility, less access, less opportunity. You don't always lose people dramatically. Sometimes you lose them silently. Trust don't break loud, people. It leaks quiet. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I hope that you're having a great day on this Wednesday. Man, time is flying. It is flying. It's already we April. We almost at mid-April. We are at mid-April. Man, time is flying. So I hope that you are really building yourself, building your brand, not waiting to next year. Say, I'm gonna work on it next year. This year's almost up. No, you got time because you're not promised tomorrow. So take the day, all right? And let me say this. Mistakes versus instability. Let's separate this clearly. People will forgive mistakes. They don't forgive instability. A mistake says something went wrong. Instability says, I don't know who you are. And people don't build with what they can't predict, because predictability creates safety, and safety creates commitment. Without that, people keep their distance. They hesitate before trusting you again, and hesitation is where opportunity starts to die. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Bringing the sounds of heaven 24/7, Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise, and this is Build a Brand Wednesday. Let's talk about confidence is a shortcut to authority. People don't wait to verify your expertise. They read your presence. If you sound unsure, if your delivery is hesitant, your message loses power before it lands. Because clarity communicates control, and control builds confidence. Authority is not just proven, it's perceived. And perception happened before proof. So by the time you're trying to prove yourself, people have already decided how much weight your words carry. Come on, people. This communication thing is very important. How you build your brand is very important. Perception is very important. You have to carry yourself in a way that people see you from when you walk in a room, before you open your mouth, how your eyes look, how you dress, how you carry yourself. Man, people build confidence in all that before you even open your mouth. This brand building is serious. Some of us thought it was just a business. We building a business. This is my brand. No, you are the brand, and the business is a product of you. If I don't have confidence in you, if I don't trust you, if I don't look at you as being consistent, I don't want to do any business with you, because I already know the business is not going to be consistent. So people, focus on building your brand. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Your tone is carrying your brand. Your tone is not decoration, it's direction. If your tone lacks conviction, your message will feel optional. If your tone lacks clarity, your message feels unstable. People don't hear your words. They feel your certainty. And if your tone and your message don't match, they believe your tone, which means, listen, people, listen when I say this. You can say the right thing and still lose people because it didn't sound right. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Confusion. I hate confusion. Everybody hates confusion. Confusion is a breaking point. Let's fix something dangerous. Confusion is not natural. Confusion is where people check out. When your message is hard to process, the brain disengages to protect itself. Now, they're not trying to understand you, they're trying to exit you. Confusion doesn't slow people down, it pushes them away. And once someone mentally check out, it's hard to bring them back in, because now they associate you with effort instead of clarity. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Let's talk about the exit point. Every interaction has an exit point, a moment where people decide, this is too much, this isn't clear, this isn't worth it. And once they hit that point, they don't tell you. They just disengage. They stop asking questions. They stop leaning in. They stop expecting clarity from you. And now your influence is reduced without you even realizing it. And the longer that goes unchecked, the harder it is to regain their attention. Let me repeat that. Every interaction has an exit point. A moment where people decide this is too much, this isn't clear, this isn't worth it. And once they hit that point, they don't tell you, they just disengage. They stop asking questions, they stop leaning in, they stop expecting clarity from you, and now your influence is reduced without you even realizing. And the longer that goes unchecked, the harder it is to regain their attention. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. This is Build a Brand Wednesday. I done got choked up, stuttered, but you know, hey, this is live. I got to keep going. But this is Build a Brand Wednesday. Let me tell you this. Your brand is not a monologue. You think your brand is what you say? It's not. It's not. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not there. Conversations you're not in. Reactions you don't hear. That's where your brand lives. Because perception spreads faster than intentions. And once people start talking, your message is no longer in your control. One of my first book was Who's Controlling the Conversations About Your Brand? It's not you. You're not controlling those conversations. How people perceive you. Perception is controlling that conversation. But now you can build your brand in a way that people only see consistency. They see strong communication. They see someone who's going to be consistent, who's going to have integrity, who's going to keep their word. So the way you build your brand and carry yourself can build the perception of people, and perception is what's controlling the conversation of your brand. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Let's talk about the course effect. People look to others to decide how to feel about you. If the room trusts you, new people trust you faster. If the room hesitate, new people hesitate too. Your reputation speaks before you do. And once that reputation is established, you walk into rooms already introduced, and sometimes already judged. What are you building? What is your brand saying about you when you're not in the room? What are people saying about you? You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Let's talk about expectation versus reality. Let's get real, people. If you promised at 10 and delivered at 8, you lose. Because expectations shape perception. And broken expectations feel worse than no expectations at all. Because now people feel misled. Even if you still deliver something valuable, expectations create a standard. And once that standard is set, everything below it feels like failure. What is the reality, people, of your brand? What is the reality of you in people's minds and hearts that are around you, being your family and friends, co-workers, church members? What is the reality? And it's not too late just to sit down and say, okay, God, please forgive me for not walking in your will, walking in obedience, walking in the God-given brand that you created before I was in my mother's womb. Repent, change how you do things, and get an understanding. Have a conversation with certain people that you trust. Ask them how they see you. Ask them how they feel about you. Ask them how they feel when you say something. Do that. Let's get reality, people. Let's come into reality about ourselves. We ain't the best thing since sliced bread. Everybody don't respect us. Everybody don't like us. Just because a few people do that, that's not everybody. And that don't mean you're perfect. Understand who you are right now and understand how people really feel and what they're saying about you. That's growth. And don't take what people say and get mad and upset. Take it and grow. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. This is Build a Brand Wednesday, and we want to talk about overpromising is a brand killer. A lot of people are trying to impress instead of being consistent. You don't need to promise more. You need to deliver consistently, because trust is not built on excitement. It's built on reliability, and reliability compounds over time. Consistency will outperform intensity every time. Stop overpromising. I tell people, commit to what you can do and do what you committed to. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. And do it with excellency. Do it to the top of your level. But only commit to what you can do and do what you committed to. Stop overpromising. Overpromising is a brand killer. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. What people remember about you? People don't remember everything you said. They won't remember every detail, but they will remember how clear you were, how consistent you were, how they felt dealing with you. That becomes your brand memory. And memory is what people use to make future decisions about you. And once that memory is formed, it becomes your reputation in motion. What are you doing out here? Are you consistent? Are you overpromising, or are you committing to what you can do and do what you commit to? Are you telling the truth? I call you in 10 minutes. Okay, you called in 10 minutes. Not each time. Oh, my bad. I supposed to call in 10 minutes. I know 30 minutes call. And you do this all the time. Are you doing that? People remember that. You think it's something small, but people remember those things. So help people out, okay? If you're not where you need to be as a brand, you still got time to get there. Strengthen yourself. It's all about growing. Help people remember the good you. All right? Hey, you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Man, my time is up. It's been great. It's been lovely on this Build a Brand Wednesday. Your brand is not your logo. It's not your posts. It's not your intentions. Your brand is the residue you leave behind after every interaction. And once that residue builds up, it becomes your reputation. And once your reputation is formed, it starts working for you or against you. Before you even speak, before you even show up, before you even get the opportunity to explain yourself. So from this point forward, stop asking, what did I mean to say? start asking, what did they experience? Because that is what they're building their belief on. And that belief is what determines whether they move with you or move away from you. You don't get to tell people who you are. Your patterns tell them. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. It's been good. It's been lovely. I will catch you tomorrow on Thrive Thursday. I'm out of here. Peace.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.